Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, ColoradoReinsman. We are here one day after the 2016 snowpocalypse, where we got a huge blizzard here in Colorado. And the day before that, we brought in now named Miss Shiloh. She's a beautiful Salt Wells, Wyoming HMA Mustang. And this is actually going to be the first time that I mess with her. She settled down for, well, as much as she could yesterday with that weather. Now we really like her. I like her eye. I do think she's going to be a little bit more of a challenge than some that we've gotten in lately. But I'm going to kind of come in here. You see my handy dandy Home Depot garden stake here. This plastic, it's a metal tube with a plastic wrapping on it. It's got one flat end and one little pointed end here. I usually hold it so I can put that flat end out and touch them. But I just want to see if I can approach her and see what happens. Don't want to get her too excited, but so everything about her right now is go away, which is fine. Now, she's going to retreat up in here, and I'm going to come in and kind of get myself set. And I really want to reach out to her withers with this stick and start finding a place I can touch her. Now, she's going to be running by me 100 times maybe, or she might surprise us and stand there and let me touch her. So I have to be careful because this ground's not the premium ground, and I've got to make sure she doesn't run over me. So I'm going to come up in here. See right there, she thought about going by me. And I'm just going to let her settle. You're all right, Mama. So she came towards me right there, so I'm going to use that opportunity to back off for a second. Now you look what just happened. That was my first retreat. And she said, "Oh, where'd you go?" Very good. So now I'm going to just come back up in here. Now I always want to give this horse an avenue, because if she doesn't have an avenue to go away, they choose through you. So we don't want them choosing through me, because I got a lot of horses to work and I don't want to get used as a Mustang doormat. Now she's licking right there. She's saying, "Oh, you're putting pressure on me. I'm a little worried." She's digging a hole. And that's what she's doing. It's a little anxiety there because she hasn't had somebody focus on her that much. But I'm going to come in here. I'm going to reach in with my stick a little bit and try and get it close to her. Okay.
It's alright, sweetie. It's alright.
And I'm just going to come around and move her back up in there. And this is going to be our game. She gets to move by me, I come back up, I get her where she's used to me. I'll knock a little bit of this off. Run by me.
Okay, sweetie.
Less of that falls
It's
down
alright,
there,
girl.
she moves
It's
around.
alright.
So I just take this side, don't even look at her, let her move up there. And I'm going to come over here. Come back in with my stick. Good girl. Talk to her. Good girl. I'll bring that stick in close to her. So I'm about 3-4 feet from her. She didn't move. What do? I take that away. Now you can get really, really long sticks. We don't have an abundance of bamboo around here. Some people go and get these 14-foot long bamboo poles. This is 8. I'm perfectly fine with this. I can get out to about 10 feet with the length of my arm. I'm just going to come in again. I don't want to look at her. I'm using my hat brim to look down. I can see her feet. And I'm just going to come in right here. And I'm going to get about 2 feet from her and walk off. If you adopt a Mustang, you put them in a 50-foot round pen, try and get hold of them, guess what? That horse, I just saw a posting from someone today that it's been 2 months, the horse hasn't settled down enough for them to touch it. Good luck, they're never going to. 50-foot round pen, that horse is going to stay away from you forever. So, you've got to get them in a smaller pen. Create these sweet spots where that horse feels more comfortable. You notice she's minding that corner right there. She's feeling a little bit more comfortable. I may push her out of her comfort zone. She'll run off. I don't care. She may get excited. I don't care. We're going to take our time. It's right there. She says, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm less than a foot away from her, so instead of retreating, I just retreat my stick this time. Good girl. Good girl. I see you, Mama. I see you. I just tickled her shoulder. And I'm going to walk off. I just touched her for the first time. And she said, oh my God, what was that? But she didn't freak out too bad, so that's very good. I like that. Good girl. That's crazy.
But she's looking and chewing.
Yeah. So she went, oh my goodness, that was crazy. So
but it didn't hurt
she
me.
was fairly comfortable in that spot where I touched her. So I want to get her back in that position. So I'm going to reach in. Now this is the other side. Right there. Touched her again, walk off. That was beautiful. Now she's looking like, what in the world is that? Good girl. Good girl. Right now, I'm touching her and she can't get away. And I'm saying, good girl, good girl. She says, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. That's a good girl. Now I'm grooming her. I'm grooming you, honey. Good girl. And I'll take her pressure off right there. Boy, I like that horse's mind. Look how she calms down right there. When she figures out I'm not killing her, she calms right down. Now, for a lot of horses, you can stop right there and have a success. So I really like that. And she's looking at me. She doesn't have that wild-eyed snorting look in her face right now. That's very good. Let's see if I can approach again and reach out. She says, well, I think I'm going to run. But what I'm going to let her know is it's okay. Very good. Good girl. Good girl. Look at you. Look at you. Now I start right at the withers and rub, because that's where the other horses groom each other, and I want that. That stimulates certain things in these horses. That is that, family herd response of I'm grooming you, you groom me. I want her just to kind of relax. Good girl. Now she dropped her head there. She's licking and chewing. Now I'm just going to touch her. Good girl. I really like that. Now I try not to pick the stick up too much. Good girl. Try not to pick that stick up. Another nice place is right here at the tail head. When they do that, now you have to be careful. That's why we got 6-foot fences here. You better have that. It's what the BLM requires. If she could get her head over that fence a little easier, she might just up and over, but right here at her tail head, it's a nice relaxing spot too. Good girl. You see I'm already shedding her out pretty good. Good girl. Now I'll try to get on this side a little bit. Good girl. So I've stimulated both sides of her brain. She says, that's a little crazy. Good girl. See, this is beautiful stuff. Boy, look how this horse calms down. Now this mare has had 2 babies that they know of out in the wild. Now, Pat Holmgren, the owner, or the adopter of this horse, had contact with, is it Pat Doak?
Yes.
Yeah, Pat Doak was a photographer out on the Salt Wells area, checkerboard area. She knew this horse out in the wild, has pictures of her out in the wild, knew her babies. This little girl's about 5. She's had 2 foals. So we met Pat up in Rock Springs. We were having lunch. It was great to hear about the horses that she had filmed, and she tries to keep track of them. And she really liked this little mare. Not little. Now they called this horse 14-1. And I think she's a little taller than that. She's not huge, but she's a stocky mare. I'm thinking she's more in the 14-2 area. But real stocky. Nice-minded, as you can see. Now I just shortened up my stick a little bit. And I want to be in a position where I can move if she decides to rearrange parts of my body with her hind feet. But she's not showing that kind of aggression right now, so I'm just going to brush her with my stick. And you notice there's little bumps on this garden stick that kind of helps me touch her a little bit more. Good. I'm going to get up here on her neck and rub that. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Now, as I'm standing here, one thing you don't want to do when you're standing here is lock your knees up. You stand here with straight knees, that horse turns, you can't get out of the way. So I've got my knees slightly bent. I'm in a position where I can move if I need to. And she says, so far, buddy, you're not doing anything that kills me. So I'm gonna walk over here for a second and just let her think. You can kind of see the wheels turning in that horse's mind. And she's going, I kind of like that. That's not too bad. Yes, ma'am. This is our first time messing with this horse. It's a good girl. Now, I may not get to be able to touch her with my hand this first time, but that's okay. Now, I'm in a short, close proximity. I don't want to block her yet. I'm going to back off right there. So I'm going to go back to my long stick and touch her. That was not a huge reaction. Good girl. I'm going to pet her again, rub her. You're doing wonderful, honey. Now, the further that I can go out from her withers, and as I go, I kind of like to do these little circles. Get a little wider. I don't want to poke her though. Girl, look at that. I'm gonna get down here on her tail. She's like ready to kick, but that's okay. I want to pick up her tail, get her used to getting ready to get touched. Good girl. Good girl. I know. I don't want to get her over by the gate where she can get her head. On this side. Let's get her brain this way. See if she'll let me rub her a little bit more this way. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Boy, she doesn't even twitch now when I reach in to rub her. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Rub her on her front of her shoulder here. That was good. That's a new spot. She went, oh my goodness, that felt crazy. Good girl. See, as soon as I get to that withers, boy, she just about stops. I'll rub her on her neck. Good girl. See, I can go with her with this stick, and she can't get away from it. So she just kind of says, oh, okay. And I'm just rubbing her. I want to get up as close to her head as I can. Just relax her. Good girl. Look at that. Nice, relax. She cocked the leg. She says, this isn't too bad. She says, oh, I saw you get closer to me. I saw you get closer to me. Good girl. She's going, Mommy, help me. I'm doing crazy stuff.
She's doing good.
Just want to rub that shoulder. Get on that side. Good girl. Rub the shoulder over here. Rub the butt. Whatever she presents to me, I'll rub. Good girl. Good girl. kind of brushing her right now. And you can see right there on the front of that shoulder is kind of her no-go zone for right now. And the further I get with that, the better. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to walk off right there. I'm going to give her brain a minute to relax. What's this? Wow. That's some crazy stuff right there. Good girl. She's making friends with Mr. Mongo over here. Mongo says, "Hi there, good looking." Good girl. Yes, ma'am. I know. I know. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Really don't like your butt pointed my way because she could back up really quick. Sometimes you're stimulating them to a point where they get excited and then they have to overcome that. And then she settled down and I take that pressure off. Now don't overstimulate them to the point where they blow up. Stimulate them, get them through a barrier, and then back off. And sometimes stimulate them if they stand there nice and relaxed, back off. Good girl. So for her, this is the first time anybody's really touched her in a way that they weren't forcing something to happen, like a halter or getting her feet trimmed or something like that. So she just relaxed her haunches right there. Now she might kick, and all we're doing right now is just saying, I'm not hurting your legs. That was pretty good. That's a barrier broken right there, so I like that. Who's a good girl? That's getting me even more crazy, touching my legs. Good girl. Okay. This side? Can we do this side? This side's crazier, isn't it? Good girl. And see, that response right there is very good. So she's, might say, oh, she's getting ready to kick. No, she just relaxed that leg a little bit. I'm just going to rub her. So far, I really like the fact this horse hadn't kicked once. Good girl. Now this is where it gets tricky and she might bend my stick. Wow. That's
Very good.
amazing.
Yeah,
Good girl.
That's amazing. Good girl. That was very good of you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. See, this first time, she's going to be a little nervous about a lot of this stuff. About 3 times in, I'm gonna walk in, walk right up, put a stick on her, and she's not even gonna twitch. Who's the baby? Who's the baby girl? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How you doing? Now we're talking. She says, "What the hell is that thing?" I'm going to back off right there because that's another barrier broken. The horse is just letting me get through these barriers left and right, coming through, and she's not freaking out. Now, some of the videos you've seen of Miss Cora, our other little Mustang we've got in training, she was born in holding. You couldn't, I didn't have to pole her, but she wouldn't even let you touch her like that when you first pull her in. Now we can touch her all over. But, this mare, for a wild gathered horse, is really showing me nice things. She's going to be a challenge, but she's also showing me she's willing to work in the program. There you go. Oh, look at that. Now I'm going to stick this stick way on the other side. Way on the other side. Way on the other side. See, now I'm clicking from one brain to the other. Way on the other side. See that twitch of the head there? Now I'm getting her used to things on this side than the other. And she just got over it. Good girl. Rub that leg.
Wow.
Rub the front of the leg.
That's pretty impressive.
And she's relaxing.
She's gonna fall
That's
over.
excellent. That's excellent. Good girl. Oh, don't get so pissy. Now I'm going to rub right here on the front of her neck. Look how much more she's calmed down now since, when I touched her shoulder at the beginning, she wanted to run off. See, I like to trace their body here. Good girl. Look at that. Look at that. Boy's a good girl. Look at that. I'm going to touch that halter. Good girl. I'm going to touch that halter. I'm going to touch that halter. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Who's your baby? So I'm chalking up on my stick a little bit here, getting a little closer. Good girl. Now I do some fancy footwork here. My weight's on my right leg, and I'm going to step my left leg out. Shift my weight to my left leg. See, she feels my mass get closer to her. I'm going to step over. I'm going to step my left leg out. I'm going to shift my weight pick up that right foot, place it by my left foot. Good girl. Shift my weight to my right foot, step out with my left, shift my weight, bring my right foot over. Good girl. Okay, my hand is within 2 feet of her. I'm going to chalk up on my stick a little bit, keep my knees bent in case she spins and tries to catch me. Now I'm going to step inches.
Okay.
Might have just missed that. I just touched her with my fingertips and
Yep.
walked off. That's okay. Let's see if we can't do that again. She's going, oh my goodness. But she's nice and relaxed. I'm going to start out again with my long reach. Get back to that sweet spot where I'm rubbing her.
She's not.
Now you'll notice that this horse tends to present her right side to me. Her mane drops on this side. This is probably going to be her hollow side, or her more comfortable side. So it's kind of why she's presenting this right side a little bit more than her left. But I'll have to balance her out for mounting and things like that. He said, oh, you're getting close, buddy. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I'll back off there, see if she'll get situated a little better. There we go. And you notice every time I back off now, she comes a little bit closer to me. She kind of says, well, where'd you go? Really like this old horse's mind right now. She's no longer being the pinball. Oh, it's okay. Look at that. Now, one thing I don't do, you see how light of a grip I have on this pole? I don't want to have a death grip on this pole. If I got a tight grip on this pole, become too firm, I'm transferring that energy right down this pole into her, and she'll get all worried. Right now, I'm just saying, we're just relaxing. Now you notice as I do this, she's getting more and more comfortable with me getting within proximity of her. Now if I get too close, she'll let me know. Good girl. Good girl. What you doing? What you doing, sweet? Good girl. Now I want to talk to this horse. I want to reassure her. Exhale. She just heard Cosmic over there digging in his food bin and went, oh, that's a weird sound, and left. But you notice I didn't jump out of the way when she moved. The the most part, I want to be as calm as I can, nice and relaxed. She can move her feet if she wants to. Now this gives me an opportunity to work with this side. Good. Now you see, right there, how she's trying to manipulate herself back to the side that she's comfortable on, which I'll accept that. See, right away she just says, this is my comfortable side. If she does that, I'll get back over to this side and work this side. Good girl. And I'm actually in a better position here. If I can be facing her rear end, they tend not to run off as much, but see, she's much more comfortable on that other side. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Rub her neck. Now one thing about this right now, she is kind of sandwiched between me and everybody standing at the gate. So she might feel a little bit more claustrophobic. So I'm going to move back around this side. And these are all little things you've got to be very aware of as you're doing this process. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, you want that butt scratch? It's going to be a butt scratch horse, I can tell. Look at it. Oh my goodness.
Go with our dog.
Yes, ma'am. She's a very stocky horse. That Salt Wells area has a lot of draft blood in them. Of course, you know, that nice draft blood kind of tends to give them a little bit calmer demeanor. She's a good girl. A lot of curlies up there. How far will I go in this session? Well, I'm going to find a place where I can stop. I've already succeeded beyond my expectations. Good girl. For our first time just touching her, I'm going to rub this leg. I'm going to see if I can trace her outline here. I like that. So when I work with Mustangs, never get on them till I can pick up all 4 feet like it was they've done it their whole lives. If they don't give you their feet, they're not going to give you their minds. Turned and looked and saw that stick and went, oh my goodness. Oh, stop it, Noodle. That wasn't polite. I'm going to let her just think for a second. Good girl. Now I'm going to set my stick down for a second. And I'm going to do something else. I'm going to approach. Now she went away from me right there. I'm going to smack my leg. I'm going to back up right there. Now we're going to play the little don't go away from me game. I'm going to approach. Good girl. Good girl. Don't turn your butt to me. Look at me and I'm going to walk off. And she went, oh. That's what you want? Good girl. Good girl. I need her to start understanding what my voice and my body language says, okay? I'm relaxed. I come towards her. She gets worried. She turns her butt. And I'm going to say, don't turn your butt. Look at me. Come this way. And I go away. I'll have this horse following me around pretty soon. Good girl. Good girl. Approach. She didn't go anywhere. I'm going to take that pressure off. See, that's the little progression you see right there. Very good. And now she comes a little bit closer to me. Now this stuff is like watching paint dry sometimes. Takes forever. Who cares? This is the work. But if you're in a big round pen, this horse would just be running round and round and round. You'd never get this horse to get over to. I say, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Good girl. Good girl. Approach. See, I want to angle towards her sweet spot at her withers. She didn't go anywhere. I'm going to take that pressure off. So I started looking at little lines in the snow where, how far did I get that time? Can I get a little farther next time? So if I say, can I approach? When she thinks about going away, I'm going to relax. Okay, up about 4 feet. Maybe I'll back off right there. I'll ease up. Lower my arm. Take a step. Raise my arm. I'm not going to let her point her butt at me. Good girl. Good girl. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Take that pressure off. Back off. Come back in. Good girl. Pretty soon you'll see this horse run back to that spot when I'm smacking my leg. She's going, well, he quit smacking when I'm over here, so let me hurry up and get over there. That time she didn't leave. Got her hurry back to get to that spot right there. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl?
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get all crazy.
Arms are getting a little cold.
So right now, see how she gets a little nervous? Look where my body's pointed. Now I'm relaxed, but I'm still pointed at her, so that tends to make them a little tense. I'm going to turn sideways, facing her rear, relax, look down, put my arm up in a reel. I'm going to pick up a silk scarf right here. Smack all day long right there, buddy. Good girl. You're getting dripped on over there, aren't you? That's probably a funky little spot for you. Yes, ma'am. As long as that butt's pointed at me, I'm going to spank my hand. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. This is going to set her up for a lot of stuff down the road. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Back off. If I can get her used to me kind of rocking and rolling here. She let me be in pretty good close proximity to her there. Well, this is the closest I've been. I'm just softly massaging the air within her space. I'm actually using some Tai Chi techniques right now. people don't know that I was a Tai Chi and Taekwondo instructor for many years. And a lot of what I do with horses is use the energy from the Tai Chi to help me with them. So when I'm here, I'm getting a flow back and forth with that horse. Let me get pretty close that time, and that's pretty good for a horse this early on. Kind of doesn't help that the water is dripping on her while we're standing there. Good girl. Good girl. Look at this horse follow me up now. I like that. That's a good spot right there. Close proximity to this mare. Water's dripping all over her back right now, so she's probably going to move. Yeah. She goes, man, I want to stand here, but that cold water is dripping down my back. I want to get aligned right behind her shoulder here. There's my first touch.
She's like, where'd it go? What'd you do?
Good girl. Woman. So boy, I'm just trying to gather my energy and hers together so it's not conflicting. Clear my mind. Just let out a big, relaxing breath. This is the first time this horse has ever been touched by a human in a pleasant way. I'm trying to slow her breath down right now.
Look at her eyes. Her eyes are half shut.
Who's a pretty baby? Who's a pretty girl? That was her polite way of saying that's enough.
She has manners.
Now when you do this work and you get goosebumps, you know you've done something. Look at her mind right now. It's just turning and tweaking and going, what is going on here? This guy just touched me and I'm not dead. I probably made more progress with this horse in just a few minutes. Half hour, 45 minutes here. Just getting this horse's brain understanding that this isn't a competition. It's not about me, getting her to a point where, yay, I win. No, we win. She wins. Now I'm just going to ease up as she moves to touch her again. And then I'll back off. See, now I'm not going to, soft-foot it up there all the time. I'm going to walk in and touch her. We've broken that barrier. And when I go away, she comes with me. She says, oh, this is crazy stuff. So I'm getting to a point right now where this first session, we're going to quit. I'm going to do this last touch here. See, now with my body I can manipulate her feet, get her in a better position. I back off, pull her in, loosen everything up. If I have to, I'll get back to massaging that air. Good, good. Good. Good girl. This is huge progress for this mare. We just unloaded her day before yesterday. Now, as quickly as this horse is giving, cause some people to overestimate themselves and her. And they will push her real hard, real fast, and then she's going to drill you into the ground. So boy, you better be on top of your game, because when you make good progress, don't think you're going to get exactly the same thing the next time. You know, a lot of times I'll say this horse will be 100% better next time. Yes, she will. I may not even have to use my stick more than a minute or so. And then I can go back to my hand. If this was a Mustang makeover mare, I'd be very happy, but I'd still have to be very careful that I do not push her beyond her ability to give and her willingness to give. Because then that's when they brace up and you've got a wild horse on your hands. Right now she's kind of looking like, I'm so relaxed, I'm going to go to sleep. Right, Mama? Good girl. Now that's what I'm looking for, being able to walk in there, rub her like that. And I put a little pressure on her. She's a good girl. So this is Shiloh. You're going to see a lot about Shiloh. She's going to be here, and we're going to really see where this lovely horse goes. So ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, Colorado Reinsman.